Alright, this is my first time recording in a while, so it's gonna be a little rough. Um, I'm gonna make sure I do in-game audio next time. But this is Mother Mods 8, and I have added a couple things, a couple mods, such as Prefab and ore excavation, I think, and some other stuff like simple storage network, just to make certain things easier. Um, as far as I know, this mod pack is pretty much just like you adventure around. You can build pretty well. There's a bunch of dungeons around. You can get some pretty good loot. There's a couple of dimensions. Other than that, I haven't really played too much into it. I've been playing it for a couple of months, but I haven't really gotten that far. So, this Let's Play will be kind of me learning some stuff and having some fun with adventuring around and maybe building some different buildings and seeing what I want to do. I do have the waypoints so that they show. I'm not sure. I think it'll be too much um, if I have a bunch of waypoints set. So I might just turn them off so that they don't look really bad in the in-game. This is a spider cave dungeon thing. So, um, I needed to get some string and some leather, and I was like completing the simple quests, in the beginning. The reason why I was just collecting string is to make backpacks, since they're kind of needed with all the adventuring that happens and all the loot. I do know that this has like a variety of different types of villages, and some of the vanilla, like the stronghold and stuff, I think has changed a bit. I think there's more added to the Nether and the End. These structures are kind of hit and miss because sometimes there's chests in it, normally between like 1 and 2. Occasionally you'll find 4, which is like a jackpot. But sometimes there's like just nothing in them at all. So, I got some pretty decent loot um, for starting out. Was gonna um, go and tame a dog, but I figured if I'm gonna end up teleporting around for a bit, trying to find a good place to have a home, that would be better to not tame one for now, but maybe later. I added I think mob catcher into this so that I can do stuff where I can just pick up my pets. And I'm working on my editing, so for in-game, I know I'm not gonna do any like time lapses and whatnot because I don't have the one mod installed that does the time lapse spielio. Makes it look good. This is where I was adventuring around. I loaded up this world once and just had like little, like 1 or 2 days here looking around just to see what it had. I thought this was pretty good. Because sometimes you get really crappy spawns, and other times they're like really good, and sometimes you just spawn on top of dungeons, which is kind of hectic for not having any armor and stuff. This is where I finally made the backpack, um, which pretty good on me. I didn't have any iron to upgrade it, so I just used it to carry the few items that I could. Um, so this is where I was looking around, and I thought this looked pretty cool. Um, for building a home. So anyway, I thought that this was um out of like what I was looking around at. There's a lush cave near it. There's a lush cave, and yeah, I thought that this was a pretty good spot, especially with how it looked. That is where I saw a lush cave, and it's pretty. There's a couple of different biomes near it. Um, so I thought it'd be pretty interesting to build from like one to another, make like a cool bridge and whatnot. And there's Shiba Inus that I can tame, but they're not. They don't. They're. They kind of just. They have looks, but other than that, they don't really like attack. From what I saw when I had one before, they don't attack or anything. Other mobs, so they're just there to be pets. This is where I was looking to see where I wanted to place it. These are the different houses. Um, Ranch style house, normal basic house, a loft style, um, a hobbit style, a desert style, a snow style, a desert second, a subaquatic, a modern, a camping one, an Aziba, a tower, a cabin, which is the one I ended up choosing because I like it. It kind of fits the everything around here. Um, and I thought that if I was gonna, thought that I was lining this up so that it doesn't look weird. Um, but I thought that this would look pretty good. So, since it matched everything around here, and I'm going with like orange as my normal theme because also I like it as a color. This is where I was looking around to see if it would mess up any of the blocks or like look funny. Once I built it, now I built it, and it does remove a couple of blocks around. Was an interesting part. Um, and then I was looking for like the mine thing down the bottom, which is here. Because I know in other ones, other prefab ones, sometimes they're just like little trapdoors in the base if it's on ground level. So I was deciding to plant a couple of seeds just to get things started since some mods require certain things. And I got the achievement a CD place. I thought that this part here was pretty interesting. Because I liked how it looked. Yeah, I was looking for the storage. I didn't realize here at first that this was storage and it didn't register. Um, but I thought everything else looked pretty nice. Set my spawn point. And then I was deciding to go and mine after I put some stuff away. My luck, sadly, since this is in 1.9. I was listening to all this stuff. And I got diamonds. Found diamonds. Um, there was, when I was going down the thing, I didn't record it, I should have, but, there was like a zombie spawner, which I should have kept, but I didn't. And it had all this loot. And there's like a bunch of zombies and whatnot. So I might eventually, once I get Silk Touch, get a zombie spawner and an agitator, and just turn that part into a spawner where I can get XP. This is where I came back after the adventuring. Um, and sadly, down there, I found an ancient city, which is my luck. I think it was an ancient city. I'm pretty sure. Um, Here I was just like organizing, putting stuff away. Eventually, I am gonna have some sort of like storage room, probably underground, um, where I'll use some of the mods I added. I think I added simple storage network to make it so that I can make some stuff that will like a crafting, remote storage crafting thing will elaborate. Um, but yeah, I was just putting stuff away from what I found when I was down there out of like the chests and when I was mining. Um, I didn't really want to do too much for this first episode. I just wanted to basically walk around, find some stuff, some like I didn't find any dungeons. I guess I was a spider. Um, but yeah, I basically found a place to live. Got some ideas. I did go mining again after this. I think. Yeah, I think I did. I didn't run into too many mobs. I do have this on normal, so I don't really have to worry too much. Yeah, this was where I was running around to basically just find some stuff. And I was gonna go back to that lush cave that I saw right here, which I thought this looked pretty cool. It has like a weird ambiance that looks nice. I have another. I think I have another clip where um, it shows like a better, and it was raining out, which gave like a kind of mellow vibe. Yeah, here you can kind of see, um, yeah, the cave. I was thinking about maybe once I light this all up that I can turn it into something. It kind of gives some like fantasy realm type thing. I'm not really sure entirely what theme I'm going for either, if there's a theme at all. Um, I did find, whilst I was mining around for ore, I did find these, which are kind of like underground like goodies that you can just get stuff from. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're really bad, but I got a smoker from it. And sometimes there's like a chest monster where it's like it looks like a chest, but then it like jumps around and tries to get you. So after this, I was just looking around for more ores, mostly just iron and coal, just to start off, make sure I have good armor and whatnot, before I do any dungeon stuff. Um, and then eventually a good food supply. I did like these little crystals. I thought they looked pretty interesting. I've seen them a couple of times before, but not so much like variety. I only found like one or two different type of colors. But that's what kind of gave me the idea to do like a mystical theme. So I was wondering what type of I guess theme per se I should do. Because sometimes I do like cottagecore, other times I do like medieval dungeony stuff. I was thinking of like sophisticated but like comfy. So like where I could have like it would look all nice and like cozy and stuff on the outside like cottagecore, and then I just make sure that all the networking and stuff I have for other mods, such as like storage or maybe making a door work a certain way or whatnot, behind the walls so that you can't see it, but it looks cool. Eventually, I want to get there's like the cat boots, which I got in the beginning. Not cat, yeah, cat ones. So there's rabbit ones that make it so you don't get fall damage. And you get a little bit of extra jump boost stuff, but you jump around quite a bit, which was you could see in there was a previous, I think it was the last one I was like working on of all the mods. That one I had cat boots, but I was like jumping around a lot, and it doesn't really affect you much in game, but like looking at it in a video, it just kind of annoyed me how much I was like jumping up and down. So I was trying to get enough coal so that I can make a torch launcher, which is from Cyclic. And there's a couple other things that I like from Cyclic to use. It's kind of like a different version of like Quark, per se. So this is where I saw that dude, and I decided to teleport home. So I was just smelting up a couple of things, getting going. It wasn't too much of an adventure. I didn't really have much going on. Besides a little bit of stuff I got, so I slept. Yeah, that's it for almost all of it. Other than that, I just like was putting some stuff away. I know that in the next video, it's just going to be in-game audio for whatnot, because I feel like it's easier to talk and it sounds better because you get my in-game reaction to stuff. This is where I was going to make a torch launcher, which is like something that's kind of necessary if you don't want to come into contact with a lot of mobs in like caves, and dungeons, and stuff. Ladders are kind of confusing because like sometimes they like glitch out where they don't want you to like. You just kind of have it like a block above of whatever you're going down, because otherwise it'll like do what it just did. But yeah, so after this, I was basically just like, okay, I'm done per se. Um, and eventually I'll have like some sort of smelting thing going so that it'll be easier to smelt stuff where I don't have to manually put them all in. I'll just make it look nice. But yeah, that's basically it. Let me know what you think.